It's been quite a while since I made a farm tutorial, but I saw the comments and I saw Tango's video and I've got you covered for this farm. In this video, I'll show you how to make Tango Tek's copper farm that he built on Hermitcraft Season 8. I modified a few construction related aspects of this farm to improve the building experience a little bit, just so it's a little bit more easy to build. To make this video easier for you guys to follow, I'm using a schematic of this farm, and I'm going to go layer by layer showing you how to build each one. The cool thing is it also shows whatever layer I'm on. It'll show down in the bottom left corner the Y level of that block, so you can always see what Y level it's supposed to be at. I can also provide a complete material list for this farm. You can see here, I'm just going to scroll down. You can pause the video if you want to see them more carefully, but these are all the materials that you'll need to build this farm. And now I think we are ready to get started. So our very first layer is at Y143, and it's literally just a chest and a hopper like that. And our next layer is more chests and more hoppers. And this is just a collection system. You can expand this if you want to. This is just the size that I made, but you can definitely make it bigger. Alright, on to our fourth layer. We have more chests, another hopper, and another layer of this. I think there's like 5 or 6 of these. Yep, here's another one. And now this is our collection area for all the mobs that are not zombies that just fall out of the farm, the ones that don't pathfind to the internal turtle eggs and get converted to drowns. So here we just have this same chest thing, but then we have a hopper here, 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 and then we go out, I think, 8 blocks in each direction from that middle point. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do that on both sides. And then we just place another row of hoppers facing into all of the hoppers that we just placed. And when you're done, it should look like this. And now we have to go up quite a few layers. Let's just move this up and see what Y level it is at. Okay, here is our next layer. The next layer is at Y level 172. So that you guys actually have a reference point, I'm just going to tower up from this middle block, this middle hopper right here with stone, and it's going to go to a Y172. So like this block here that these slabs are on is literally Y172. So we're going to have this slab be right here. You can see what we're facing is 172. Obviously this can get removed now, and now we have a reference point for where we build the rest of this stuff up here in relation to what is down below. So 2 more slabs out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 1, 2, 2. We just filled all of this in like this. Bring this around here, so that's 3. So we just have a 5 block like stretch here of just 1 block wide. So we should end up with something that looks like this. Our next layer involves a lot of redstone, as you can see here. So off to this side, we're going to place a solid block there, solid block there, solid block there. It doesn't have to be stone, it's just what we're using. And now we're going to place the redstone here, here, and on these 4 blocks. And we're going to place a slab up there. Redstone's going to get placed over here. We're going to have a redstone torch coming off of that. And we'll just put a normal torch here just for lighting. You could put it somewhere else if you want. That's just where I built it. Right here we have redstone, and then here we have repeaters in a big line. So these 2 repeaters are set to 4 ticks, and I think the rest of these are just 1 tick repeaters. Yeah. So then we have a line of comparators going in that direction, then a line of comparators going in the other direction. Next up, we're going to place a comparator there and a comparator there, facing like that. Then we're going to place another repeater there, and now we have everything correct. Although a lot of this is showing as incorrect just because the current like block state is different from what the schematic is. Moving on to the next layer, we've got a redstone torch right here and a block here. No, right there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 slabs out there. We put some redstone up here. And we have another slab stair-stepping up like that. Next layer up after that, we've got a piece of polished deep slate. We have our redstone dust up here, and another solid block. Cobblestone wall goes right there, and 1 more polished deep slate. And off to this side, we have more redstone dust, and we have oops, another slab up here. Moving on to the next layer, we've got a redstone torch over here, and we have soul sand there, deep slate, deep slate, deep slate slab, and we have cobblestone walls right here. Off to this side, there are more deep slate slabs, so we've got 1, and we have 5 here, and this is a deep slate slab. This is going to be like water. The schematic kind of like glitched out the water rendering for some reason, so we'll add that in later on. But for now, we're going to go over here, place down that redstone dust, and we're going to get 3 more slabs here. Next layer, we've got another piece of polished deep slate there. On this side, we've got more redstone, and then we have a solid block right there. And over here, we've got more cobblestone walls right here. And right on this, we've got a spruce sign. It doesn't have to be a spruce sign. It can be just any sign that you feel like. It doesn't matter. Right here, we've got more signs, and then there are a bunch of deep slate blocks here. We've got 5 in the back, 1 out. There's a similar thing over here. We've got like a diagonal thing of deep slate. This is going to be water. We'll go ahead and add the water in here in a sec. This is just going to be the same as the other side. And now we need to place an open trapdoor, or no, sorry, an open fence gate right there. Yeah, don't worry about the water that's spilled down there, but what we're going to do next is we're going to place a water bucket here and a water bucket right there. So now it flows in that direction. We're going to have a water bucket there, and we're going to have water here. But there's also, these need to be like a bubble vader, so that's eventually going to be kelp and everything. Now we can move on to the next layer, which is a torch here. We've got some deep slate just blocks right here. Did that go down there? That did. Oops. We've got some slabs around these blocks here. There's a block over there. Let's see, slabs here to prevent mobs spawning because it'll be dark under here eventually. And we've got diagonals, 5 of these, and we've got another fence gate right here that is open, and we have another water thing there. So this is the place where all the zombies go up to get converted into drown. So we have more walls here like that. Next up there is a block here, and we have more polished deep slate. We'll just place in all these for now, then stone, and we have, I think it's probably a third and final fence gate that's open with water behind it. We've got a few of these. Actually, that should just be solid. That was a mistake when I was building it. I forgot to put that there. So that should just be solid, and that's a slab. And right here, we have another polished deep slate block, and pretty soon we're going to get to, the actual spawning area. I'm going to show you how to build one of the spawning areas and the external redstone that makes it work. And then you can build the other 4 on your own, because otherwise they're all the exact same. And they're pretty easy to build. So right here in the middle, we're just going to go ahead and place down our walls here. We're going to fill that in. And we're going to place a turtle egg there. And a trapdoor technically off of the turtle egg. Like that. Over here, we're going to place polished deep slate, just more stone, polished deep slate, and then trapdoor here. That should be the right area for it, and trapdoor there. And we can place more water right there. And now for the actual spawning area. So they're 8x8 platforms, so it's going to just have a border here. I'm going to do like part of it. So that's 4, 6, 8, and 4, 6, 8. Now you can just fill all this in. Alright, this is our first spawning platform filled in. You're going to just do this for the other 3 areas, and then we're going to have our border of our polished deep slate. Okay, we've got all of these spawning platforms, and now we're going to have a trapdoor there, and 2 more trapdoors over here. This is going to be another torch, and we need another torch up here. Just don't worry about this. This was for structure voids, which are technically still in the structure. They were necessary when I was like making it. To copy some layers on like the main build that's technically still over there using command blocks. Obviously it's not related to the normal survival build, but here we're gonna have 2 blocks out. The second block is just polished deep slates just for decoration, but we're gonna have a border of our polished deep slate that's on the other side. So it's only on 2 sides of this thing. You can see it's like for reference, it's on this side here where this sticks out, and then it's on the opposite corresponding side. Alright, so the next layer, we're going to start with some stone right here in relation to the rest of the build. It's on the side, on like where the water flows toward this eventual bubble vader. So we're going to just have this be a border of stone that goes around here. These are just the materials that Tango used for building. You can use other materials provided they're still solid or transparent blocks, given where they're supposed to be. So here we're going to have 3 blocks go out. And this is going to go in this direction until we reach more chiseled deep slate. We're going to have polished deep slate there. It's going to go in this direction as well till we reached more chiseled and then polished. And we're going to have a row of stone here, row of stone here. This needs to be filled in. I had just forgotten to close these gaps here in the walls on my other farm because I was working with the turtle eggs trying to sort stuff out. But they're supposed to just all be closed. So here we have more trapdoors, and these are like the turtle eggs that these zombies detect and try to eliminate, but they can't. Obviously, they just fall down and get sent up to be turned into drowns. Now on this side, we have stone here, and we have yet another water block. Let me actually just add this trapdoor first. Another water block and our bubble vader. Now this is going to go back 5 blocks, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, polished deep slate. It's basically the same deal on this side as we did on the other side. And lastly, on both sides, you're going to have a row of tinted glass filling in this gap here. Onto our third layer of our spawning platforms. We're going to start by filling this in again. With our walls here, we got to add more trapdoors. Trapdoor there. And here we're going to put down stone on top of the already existing stuff, plus a piece of stone here. More stone on the existing stone. Here we can just make this all deep slate, and then we're going to have another layer of the polished deep slate on top of already the existing layer. And then we're just going to put all the deep slate in here like we just did on the other side. Although right here, we're going to have deep slate, and we're going to leave a gap there, I guess. Also, if you're wondering what side that actually is in relation to the rest of the farm, that's the side with the bubble vader. Right here, we're going to add more stone like this, and we're going to add a torch here, and we have to extend this water bubble elevator a little bit more, and we have a torch over here. And finally, you're going to place a bunch of trapdoors just like this, facing that way and opening that way on each of these areas. These are what hold back the water and allow the water to be super easily released without having to deal with like dispensers to dispense water buckets and stuff like that. And finally, before we move on to the next layer, we're going to place water source blocks, waterlogging all of these trapdoors. And once we have that, we can go on to the final layer for the spawning platform. You can see it's the floor of another thing, but the important part here that we have to be concerned about is the redstone. So to start with this, we're going to place redstone all along here. We're going to do the same on the other side. And now these little circuits here, we're only going to have to build this one time. You're not going to have to do this for any of the other layers. I will just load them with the schematic to show you kind of what they look like. But we only have to do this one time. This is the big part of the farm that I changed from what Tango did in relation to building. Because instead of having seemingly a clock for every single layer like this, or just a circuit that's controlled by the clock down here, from what I can see in the video, it looks like he had one per layer. And I made it so that there's only just like 2. There's one on each side for the very first layer, and it just controls all of the rest of the trapdoors via external redstone. I'll show you back at our original farm. As you can see here with these torches, I just used one single circuit to control all of the rest of the spawning platforms, instead of having one of those circuits per layer, which made the inside really difficult and just a big pain. So I eventually found a workaround, which ended up being super simple, and it's just these external little torch towers. So that's the big modification that I made to the farm. Alright, so to go ahead and start making this, we're going to have a repeater here set to 4 ticks, and we're going to have 4 repeaters set to 4 ticks in that line. It's going to be facing that way, set to 4 ticks, and that's going to be facing that way, set to 4 ticks. This is also the side that doesn't have the bubble vader. It's the one that goes toward the bubble vader. So this is going to be redstone, 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 and a block up here. And now that's actually going to power it, and you can see that that is working. I think this clock is active. Yeah, the clock is active, so this should turn off. And you can see that it did release all the water. But momentarily, we should get the water getting removed again. See, just like that. So that's how that works. We're going to do this on this side as well. These are all 4 ticks facing this way towards this redstone. Be facing that way. This is the side with the bubble vader, by the way. That's redstone, 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 and a block. That will become active, although it's like the clock is updating down there, so it's doing stuff. It looks like it released, or it sounds like it released the water. Yeah, see, there it goes. So that's actually already working. But now this is the point at which we just continue to duplicate this initial layer, like from this block onward. So this all gets filled in here, and this is the platform for the next turtle egg. That's going to like trigger more zombies to pathfind toward it. So here you're just going to start replicating basically everything that we did. I will talk about the external redstone, so don't worry about like torches and stuff on the outside, because I will show you how to do that after we've gotten the rest of it done, because it's just a little bit easier that way. So here I'm just going to show you how to build the entire middle column with the turtle eggs all the way to the very top, and the rest you can replicate on your own. It's just because the turtle eggs like are positioned differently. They're not like tied to each layer because of their own mechanics. So we just have to fill these cobblestone things in. And here we've got more trapdoors above our second turtle egg. Another layer of cobblestone. Just replicate exactly what I'm doing on the screen now. Bring that up another layer to 187. If you're ever wondering what layer I'm talking about, you can always look down in the bottom left corner as well to see which Y layer we are currently on with the schematic. So here, have another platform for another turtle egg. Bring this up again. Turtle egg goes here. Trapdoors, bring this up again. More walls. More trapdoors. Walls again. Basically, the way the turtle egg mechanics work is they have to have 2 blocks of air above them, which is why the placement is not tied directly to the layers. It's just following its own pattern, which is why I'm showing you block by block. Up here on Y191, we've got the platform for another turtle egg. And there we go. Alright, we've got another couple layers of stone. Another couple layers of walls. I think that we might be like, yeah, this is just the last layer. The last layer of this thing they have to do is at Y194. And it's going to be trapdoors here. And that's like the last turtle egg that's down there. So that's how you do the middle column. Everything else, just do the same as before. That was the only like different part. And when you're done with that, we'll put the roof on it and do the external redstone towers. Alrighty, here we are. We've got all of the stuff that we just did, just replicated more. The water's not hooked up yet to redstone. That's what we're going to do now, in addition to adding our roof. Let me just add all these layers here. Now we can see what we actually have to do. And it's showing a lot of this is wrong. It's because the water's not supposed to be there. But anyways, so here now, let's just get our reference. So right here, we're facing the big clock down there, and the clock's going in that direction. So we're on this side of the farm. Hopefully that provides a reference. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to come out here, and we're going to add a redstone torch there. Right here, we're going to place a block. We're going to remove this, add a torch there, add a slab to prevent more spawns, and that is going to become redstone. And now that is linked that way. But right here, we need to add a repeater. And it's just going to go in that direction. No fancy tick settings or anything. Up here, we're going to have another torch, slab, and the block. That's going to be broken. There's a torch there, and redstone goes right there. Now, over here, we're going to have a repeater, but facing in that direction instead of that way this time. Another torch here, solid block here, our slab up there, and our torch. You've probably seen a pattern now. It's just alternating redstone torches going up. And here, we get ourselves a repeater. And finally, we have one more set of this stuff that gets broken. Oops. And like that. On the final layer, we're going to have our redstone that controls the top part of it. But now all of this side is being hooked up. So you can see it's all going roughly simultaneously with only slight delays in the repeaters. So you're going to do that same thing on this side now to hook up everything here. And when you're done with that, we'll get the roof done. There we go. Everything is being controlled except for the very final layer, and that's what we're going to do now. So for the roof layer here, which side are we on? We are on the side that's facing away from that clock. So right here, we're going to have our line of redstone. If that middle click could work, this is all going to be redstone. Then our repeater, then more redstone. This will control everything in there. And we're going to go over to here, and we're going to have our line of redstone. This is the side with the big clock circuit down there. That's going to be a repeater facing in that direction. That's for your reference. And now all of this is actually connected up, and we just have to place down a lot of slabs here. So that's going to be a slab right there and a slab here. And now right here where this bubble column is, should be a full complete water elevator. Right here, this is going to be glass, 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 and glass. Let me place it there, and that's going to be water because, yes, more bubble column all the way to the top of the schematic outline up there. And the rest of this is just going to be a lot of slabs. You got to fill in a whole lot of polished deep slate slabs. So go ahead and do that, and we'll continue on to the killing area. It is actually working, and quite quickly as well. And we'll see here that all the remaining mobs get just yeeted out the bottom. Now, occasionally there will be creepers and skeletons that do make it into the zombie area. As you can see, there is a creeper here, but there is a creeper weeding mechanism at the top killing platform that it mostly takes care of the creepers, and the skeletons don't really do anything, so it doesn't matter if the skeletons occasionally get shoved into there. But now, let's carry on with our killing area. So we have a whole lot of layers of this tube here. I'm not going to show you each individual one. Let's just determine how high it goes before we have something else. Okay, so you're going to want to start by building your glass tube all the way to Y230. If these mobs could just get out of the way. All the way to Y230, I believe. Let me check. Yep, and you're going to also have to fill that in with water as well. Boom, there we go. We have our massive water column leading up to here. I turned peaceful on as well, just so we're not like spammed with zombies constantly. So now we're gonna start our other layers, our collection area. So here, have another layer of glass, obviously, and we've got our water. But then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out, and we have our chest collection area. This is just what I made. I didn't really see that he'd made a specific collection area. This is just what I put together. So you can change this if you want, I guess, or he may make like a different collection area. But this just pretty evenly distributes all of the items into about 3 chests. You can obviously make it go farther down if you want to. So we're just going to have 3 chests and our hoppers leading into those chests. On to the next layer, we've got more glass. Here you can pretty much just assume that there's going to be more of that. Continuing in here, we've got some powered rails. Let's see. Deep slate, polished deep slate, like this. We've got levers here. This is just to activate the rails. Actually, we only need 1 lever. We don't actually need both of those. I know the schematic will yell at me, but it's fine. I don't care. Also, if the schematic could, like, unrender that minecart, that would be cool. The ghost schematic minecart that goes away when you untoggle the rendering. But here, we're going to go a block out, and then we're going to have a 2x5 platform. And his platform is bigger. I just made like a basic platform to stand on. You can customize it to be whatever you want. We've got a torch here just to light stuff up. You can change the lighting of it as well. Here we've got 5 cobblestone walls and our block. I'm pretty sure that's the block that like everything falls onto, and then like all the items get collected from here. This goes up more, and it still goes up even to the next layer. What a surprise. And here we've got walls. And we've got that's definitely where the mobs fall. So this just gets repeated again for yet another layer. And now on this layer, which is the 3rd block up, we have an extra block out there. And whoopee, this thing goes even higher. Now we've got 3 cobblestone walls here, and we've got some glass as our border. And right here we've got a sign, and we put water right there. Continuing on, this goes up more, and over here, okay, what is happening? Oh my goodness. I might be able to yeet it in time. Let me get the sponge. Okay, I actually got it. It didn't break any redstone. Cool. I'm so epic at the game I saved. Anyways, back up to here. Oh, it's because like a piece of glass got stuck in there. That's why. Over here, we've got more walls and more glass layers. Up again, we have more glass and more walls, but this time the walls extend out to here and we reach our other platform. So this is going to be just blocks here. This is all blocks. And then we've got slabs here. We have glass here, glass, and more glass. And then right here, we've got water, polished deep slate slab. And then this is our big long area where the reinforcements spawn, because Tango uses a really annoying mechanic and makes it actually really epic, because on hard mode, when zombies take damage, they have a good chance of spawning in reinforcement zombies in like a 7 to 40 block range or something. So that's what this area is going to be for us, where they're going to spawn. So in other words, you can get like double the amount of zombies that actually spawn here actually getting turned into drowned. It's pretty smart, especially because it's such a frustrating mechanic most of the time, but here it's turned into something cool. So we're gonna have to go quite a few blocks out. So from this initial line of 5 blocks, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35. I believe it is 35 blocks out. Yes, it's 35 blocks out from here, and it's not 40 because I subtracted the length from like where it actually starts to where the zombies are located, because they're located over here. So 35 blocks out from this initial line and 4 blocks wide. So go ahead and fill all that in. And there we go. Now on to the next layer. We're going to have to start dealing with some weird fancy water mechanics. But we are going to start by placing glass as a border out here. So this is 4 blocks. It just borders all of this. This is a normal glass, by the way. We're going to fill in this area here with glass. There's some really weird water stuff, which was tricky to figure out. But I was able to get it, and so now I can show you guys. But here, we have a sign there, a sign there, and a sign there, and a sign there, and here. There are a whole lot of signs around this area. These are going to be cobwebs, 6 cobwebs. This is where they like get slowed down and then eventually drown. We're going to fill that in with glass, another layer of glass here. This is supposed to be water. Let's see, that's, of course, it waterlogs a slab. It's so annoying. So click on the glass block there, because otherwise it will waterlog, and that's apparently supposed to be glass as well. And there's even fish spawning down there, bro. Anyways, this also, I believe, is water. Yes, that is water, and then there's like water at a higher elevation. So we got that. If there's any redstone broken, I actually don't think there is. I can fix that, but now we're going to place polished deep slate stairs here, and we're going to have a big border of tinted glass around the entire thing, so go ahead and do that. And next up on the list, we're going to have a button here. It's going to yell at me if I don't place it in the right way. Okay, I don't even know what it wants. Never mind. We're going to have a button right here, 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 and here, and then we're going to have a line of buttons here and here going all the way to the end, and then chains. Yeah, so now you just have to take chains and place them horizontally in 2 lines, and it's going to take forever, but you just got to do it. It's annoying. And place them until you reach these buttons right here. Now that that layer is done, we can proceed to the next one, which is even more complicated apparently. So we're going to start over here with 3 pieces of glass. That's going to go there as glass, glass here, and then stairs right there. We're going to have a sign here. Where else do we need signs? We need to put glass here. 4 pieces of glass, and then glass covering that place where there's going to be water. So sign here. And then we need to have 3 rows of deep slate slabs. I think they're like 6 blocks long or 7 blocks long. So another row over here. And it's just a block in between each one. And now we have to place a row of signs here, like that, and over here we get to place another row of signs. And now those slabs are there, we can also place that sign that's supposed to go there. So I believe that we place our water right here. But we want it to flow in both directions like that. So you will have to place the block down here to get it to flow over in both ways if it doesn't initially do that. But now if we go down here, this will roughly evenly split all the zombies here, and the creepers will get sent to a different spot, which we'll get to momentarily. So that layer is mostly done. We have to have more glass back here. Anything else? Yeah, you have to have another layer of tinted glass. So just go ahead and add second layer of that. I think there's like 3 total or something. Oh yes, actually we need to add our snow golem platforms now. That's another thing we gotta do in this layer. So we're gonna start by, let's see, coming off of this block right here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. Then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks of glass. And we can go ahead and remove this. And I believe that we have to come like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks from that slab over here. Then I believe that's another like 10 blocks of glass. Yep, that's going to be the platform for our snow golems. It's a little bit tricky getting the snow golems in the right spot, but I'll show you how to do it and it's not too bad. So our next layer is interesting. So here we have glass, and we have 2 blocks of glass. Put glass here, here, and put glass over here. I'll turn off the rendering for a sec. So you're gonna have a shape like this. It's gonna be 5 blocks here, then 2 blocks, and then 2 blocks out. And actually we'll just make that 3 blocks out, then 3 blocks of glass over here. We place our stair there. That's the stairway so that zombies can just walk up here and fall down into there. And the other direction they go is around here. And then they walk into here and get sent up into the drowning areas. Right here we add a sign. Alright, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 7 signs in 3 different rows right here. So you're going to want to go ahead and do that. Here we can place in more glass, and we have a middle piece right here. And there is a sign on either side of this. And if we go over here, we place a torch down. That was just something I put for lighting. I believe that is a sign there, and that is also going to be a sign. Then we have to get water into here, which is the tricky part because it's difficult to place it in the right spot. So we might need to go to the next layer briefly, and you're going to want to place down some glass in a shape like that. So that here, this gives us the opportunity to place our water on the underside of that block. And that's going to flow all the way to the edge there. And all the way to the edge there. So now when stuff gets sent into here, my hands are just completely off the keyboard. You'll just get immediately pushed into here and then you'll drown. Or the mobs will drown, to be more precise. And of course, we can't forget about our another 3rd layer of tinted glass on this reinforcement spawning zone. Next up, we make our snow golem borders, which just consists of literally a border of glass around the outside. It's pretty easy here. We just do this on both of the areas, and then we're gonna have to put the snow golems in, probably like on the next layer or something. And lastly, we have to take some trapdoors here, which are like the little divider, like view blocking walls for the snow golems. So here we're gonna come out a block. This is like the 1, 2, 3, the 4th block back from this direction, just so you get a reference point. So here we're gonna have 4 trapdoors. Let's just make it so they actually, schematic doesn't yell at me. They're gonna be suspended, they're floating. There'll be another layer above that soon, but we have to do the same thing over here as well. Alright, we're getting close to the home stretch here. Only a couple more layers to go. We're gonna just place our 2nd layer of trapdoors here, our view blocking trapdoors on either side. And we're gonna come over here and we're gonna place glass there, and then we're gonna place a line of glass here that connects up to some of this glass that we already had placed so that we could put the water down. Then we're gonna have 4 blocks of glass there, 3 blocks of glass here, glass like that. Actually, no, not there apparently. The only thing we put in there right now is water because that is where the creepers are gonna go. So the creepers, when they're presented with drowning, are going to try to swim upward, and that's going to cause them to most of the time shoot out of here and go into another water stream that just drops them right down there so you can kill them. That way they don't run the risk of blowing up in this area. Now, I have seen a few creepers in my extensive testing make it into this area. It's rare, but I've seen it happen a few times, so it's not 100% foolproof. But it works, like, I'd say 90% of the time. To deal with these snow golem areas, we're not going to put the chains until the next layer because we need like a roof and everything, but you are going to add a block on either end of this. We don't obviously care about just the snow layers down there. It doesn't matter. It's just what the golems create. But now we are going to actually add a roof over our reinforcement spawning area. So you have to coat this entire thing with slabs. Fun. And poof, it's completely dark in there except for a little bit right here. But the thing is, there's a roof that actually goes over this area to make all of it dark, so it doesn't matter. What we are going to do now is go up, and this is like one of our last layers. There's like 3 more, and they're pretty small, you can see, and then there's just our big roof up here. Alright, but we're going to start by placing down our slabs here. You're going to have to break and replace this fairly frequently, because placing in these snow golems is a bit of a pain, but I'll show you how to do it. So we're gonna obviously take our snow and our pumpkins. I actually don't know if that would have showed up in the material list. I'll have to look back at that. So you're gonna start right here by placing a chain, and now in this block we're gonna place our we actually need a carved pumpkin. We're gonna place our snow golem. I'm going to just remove the rendering because it's much easier without it. So now that this guy's here, we can shove him in that direction and place another chain down. And we'll see that that chain is in the correct spot and the snow golem is in the right spot. So next we're going to place another set of, oops, I did not mean to put that on. We're going to do that, and we're going to shove this guy into that spot, put the roof over his head, and place down another chain. And we have to do that for pretty much all these areas until you get over here. And then this guy, you don't have to push him anywhere. I just noticed it seems like some of them may have gotten yeeted by something, which is unfortunate but not unsurprising. Let me go check, because I've had this other farm running for quite a few hours, just AFK to see what would happen. They did actually lose a couple snow golems, so it seems like that is a slight possibility that can happen after you run this farm for a super long time, because there should be 9 in each area, and that's like missing 1, that's missing 1, so that's probably something you should be aware of, because I've run that farm for quite a few hours. Haven't had any creepers blow up, but apparently snow golems can get yeeted occasionally. So yeah, you're gonna have to have a snow golem in every single one of these like areas in between chains, so a bit annoying, but it's what makes the like horde spawning, or not the horde spawning, but the reinforcement spawning work correctly. Now our small army of snow golems are ready to harass the zombies for us and make them spawn even more of them. So we're just going to take our glass and add it here as a border on both sides, because this is a creeper funnel. We can turn that off, and you'll see that the creepers are going to be riding in here in like a water stream. So glass has to go over here 4 pieces, a wall has to go there, and a sign has to go there. This is going to be water, but I can't place it in yet, so we're just going to move on to the next layer, which is more glass up here, glass back there, and we have to add a sign here and here. I guess I forgot that the previous layer. This is going to be a cobblestone wall. And right here, now that there's actually glass there, I can place my water down. And you'll see that it flows that way, and it just perfectly stops here, so that creepers will just fall down right to the killing area, and they won't ever run the risk of blowing anything up. And our final layer here, aside from the roof, is just an actual roof on the creeper area. And just like that, everything is done except for our sunroof, like that. So that's the final thing that we need to do for this farm. So let's figure out exactly where the middle of it is. All right, so right here, I found the middle. The middle is above this. The middle is above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 8th block is our slab. So now that we have that, we know where it's supposed to go. So you're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks in each direction from the middle. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you fill it in diagonally so that it just makes this kind of diamond pattern. And once you've done that, we're done with the farm. Alright, everything is done. I've set it back to hard, and we should be getting some zombies going up there pretty quickly. Yes, it is happening, and there's also stuff spawning here, so we're going to go back to the killing platform right here, and you can see that the zombies go into there, and they get hit by these snowballs. And the more zombies there are, the higher chance it is that there'll be reinforcement spawns, so we should start to see some pretty quickly, but there is like a constant flow of zombies coming up here. It looks like they have started to go into this one. They do prioritize that that path a little bit, but after there's already a lot in that path, they will start to go to the other way. I'm waiting to see a creeper come up here actually to see like how it's gonna do in terms of getting to the creeper like weeding area. Oh, see, look, a zombie just spawned over there, and we have our first drown, so that was the reinforcement spawn. Looks like a skeleton made it up here. That happens occasionally. Oh yeah, see. Most of the time I think the skeletons don't actually hit the snow golems. I don't know if they even can, if it's possible for them to. Oh yeah, see, look. This creeper made it through. But that creeper, see, look, it went up here where it's supposed to go. So it goes up there most of the time and falls right down there. But occasionally, like this guy, it won't. And I think the only circumstance in which these will blow up is if they get hit by a skeleton that is near them. I think that's the only circumstance in which they will actually blow up. But as you can see, this is a pretty successful farm, to say the least. So let's just get these guys. You can see that our stuff is getting put down here roughly evenly. And you're going to want to use a looting 3 sword to maximize the copper drops. This is a really loud farm, by the way. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful or informative, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 200,000 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate your help. And also, if you're interested in a server, an Industrial Revolution modded Minecraft SMP server, you can join my Patreon link down below in the description and join the Patreon server and play with your friends and other like community members. It's pretty cool. There's a town, and yeah. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord if you haven't already. Links to both in the description. Well, that's going to be all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye.